right, so what up? What up? So it's not the retro rewind. It is. I don't even know. We don't even really have like a name for this yet. Like
We can come up with a name later. Like that, the name's not really important, right?
we'll just name it later. You know, it is
Bro
what it is.
Session 2.0.
Bro session. I'm fine with that. I mean, you know, clearly it's right after Christmas. Tell you what, if you guys are just jumping into the show, warning, 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 spoilers alert. We are literally probably, for lack of better words, going to absolutely destroy this movie.
I'm not even gonna break down spoilers. Like, I'm not gonna go over like what happens or anything like that. I just want to talk like just about the movie in general.
Right. Well, so totally. Obviously, you saw it yesterday for Christmas. A lot of people like jumped in and saw it yesterday for Christmas. I already had HBO Max. A lot of people jumped in and was like, "Well, fuck, I'm gonna buy HBO Max and you know, just to see the movie." Obviously, Money Boss fell all over herself trying to get a damn Roku just so she could get HBO Max, just so she could watch the damn movie.
Yep.
So you know, it's like it's crazy to me, man, because you know. You know, everybody was really anticipating this movie, and I kind of feel like this movie was like the last chick left at the bar or whatnot, and it was a fight between you and your buddy who was going to get to take that chick home. You know what I mean? Because like we hadn't got a chance. There's no movies out or anything like that. We've been, you know, dying with, you know, just a few Netflix, you know, late releases and stuff like that. I live and die by movies, and you know, like we finally get an opportunity to see a movie. And I got to say, like, happy to get some, but don't want to tell everybody about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about Money Boss. I was one of those that I didn't get HBO Max until yesterday, right?
Right.
You know, I saw you guys talking about it, saying that it didn't release till noon, and so I didn't end up getting it until like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, I had been meaning to get HBO Max, but really, I knew there was nothing on there that was like pressing for me to watch.
Right.
And I've already got, you know, Amazon Prime and Disney Plus and Hulu, everything else.
Shudder.
You know?
Do you got Shudder too?
I don't have Shudder. That's more of a.
I got Shudder too, dude. Yeah, it's you get them all.
I might eventually get it. I might eventually get it, but I mean, so I went out yesterday and I did the 6 months for $70, right?
Right.
And thinking that, oh, this is going to pay over time because you save like $20 or whatever over 6 months if you pay up front.
Most of us lose $20 in our wallet, man. We just lose $20 out of pocket.
Right. Well, that's money I can spend on comics, right? So
that's right.
But you know, I did that, and you know, the wife and the kid, we watched it on the projector last night. You know, got theater seats in the basement, 135-inch screen, and I have to be honest, man, I was thoroughly disappointed. Like, I don't even know, like, words can't even describe how bad that movie was. I did like the beginning scene, so there is a really cool.
Well, so let's start from the very beginning, okay? Yeah. Let's start from the very beginning. You know what, Colin actually came into the shop tonight, so we're gonna definitely touch on this, but let's break it down, okay? So the very beginning, bro, I was in it. I was like, bro, 8-year-old girl, jack these chicks up. Like, jack them up, like literally straight jack them up and be like straight punk them. I don't care. I was rooting for Mini Wonder Woman. Like, I wanted to destroy them. Yep. And I actually didn't see anything wrong with the cut through. I thought it was genius. You know what I mean? I think you know, I get the premise, the whole integrity thing and stuff like that. But either way, like, I was in it. I was like, oh my mom, this movie's not gonna suck. This movie's gonna be freaking rad, dude. And you know, DC doesn't do a really good job with their live action movies. I mean, they just don't. I mean, they have all this content that could be so awesome. And quite frankly, the only cool movie that I've really seen is Shazam.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love the shit out of Shazam. I thought it was a great movie. You know what I mean? So
I see. I'd even go as far. I really liked, you know, I liked the Man of Steel. I liked the first Wonder Woman. I even liked Batman versus Superman, even though up until they did that atrocious part with Doomsday, like that wasn't Doomsday, and they rushed it. They did, but
they did.
the story leading up to that point where Luther creates, whatever Doomsday or whatever that was. I thought it was well done, right? I enjoyed that story. Um, Justice League, I didn't fully understand, and you can tell that, um, there was definitely some changes made from the original story, and I'm still excited to see the Snyder cut. Um, but Aquaman was not my thing, and I see Tabor saying, what about the Atlantis thing? I just was not a fan of Aquaman. I thought that was boring. I fell asleep. Like I had to watch that thing like 2 or 3 times in order to watch the whole thing because I just thought it was that boring.
Yeah,
And,
it was pretty rough. It was,
and
yeah.
this Wonder Woman 84, it was in the same mold as Aquaman in my opinion.
Well, so and that's the other thing is I wasn't a big fan of Aquaman. I think Momoa did an excellent job, and one of our other guys had made it a really awesome point. Is how about Dolph Lundgren having a job, which I think is great for Dolph Lundgren to have a job. I mean, that's one of my most favorite actors ever. But man, that was rough. That was a rough movie, man. It
Yeah.
just really was. And the thing is it had an opportunity to be not so rough. You know what I'm saying? Shepard talks about, first Wonder Woman was awesome, Shazam was awesome. But you're right, man. That's about it, for the DCEU, if you will. So I got Rock on in, so I'm gonna let him weigh in on the intro scene. What's up, Rock?
What up, Rock?
I like the intro. It really, like you ended mentioning, it kind of threw you into like really rooting for the beginning of the movie, but something gets lost like shortly after that. I don't know, it had to do with the script or what's going on with that.
Right, right. So we talked about this earlier. What was that chick's name? Leroy Jenkins or some shit like that?
Patty Jenkins.
Patty Jenkins. Yeah, Patty Jenkins. She wrote it terribly, and then she directed it terribly. And the only good thing that came out of it was, somebody picked the right actors for it or whatnot. So,
right.
And to be honest with you, Patty Jenkins was probably like, as she was running into directing, she was like, it's COVID-19 time, so Patty Jenkins.
Let's go. I mean, she's done some other, like, let me go ahead and talk real quick, but she's done some other pretty cool stuff, like she's directed other cool things that I didn't realize that she had directed. Like, I think I saw something she did, a couple episodes of like, what was that? What was that show? Pulling it up right now.
Thank God for shows like this, bro. And let me just say, thank God for you.
Yeah, no, she did a couple episodes of Entourage and Arrested Development. Like, I didn't realize that. And she directed and wrote Monster. Did you know that? Like, what?
I didn't know that either.
What's that chick's name? That was in Monster. Charlize Theron.
Oh, yeah, that's right. For some reason, I was thinking of Monsters Ball because.
Oh, Halle Berry, Monsters Ball.
That one.
Yeah. No, not that one. Not that one.
Sorry.
I know why that's on you. I know why that's on your mind.
It should be on everybody's mind, bro. Yeah, no,
Uh,
well, so here's the thing then, as far as like directing is concerned, do you feel like maybe, there was some kind of rush or something like that? Because from what I understand, it was all ready to come out, before even the pandemic, and they were just kind of holding on to it.
so yeah, I mean, I remember. So she directed. She didn't write and produce the first one, but she directed the first Wonder Woman.
Right.
Patty Jenkins did,
Right.
and I remember at the time she was upset because what she had done, Warner Brothers had come back and said like they wanted her to change the ending a little bit, put more CGI in the fight with Ares, like whenever Diana was fighting Ares at the very end, like they wanted it more like grandiose and they wanted more CGI and shit like that, and she was like, no, she didn't want to. They ended up making her do it anyway, and she was a little disappointed. And so, like, I don't know if this was like a big fu to Warner Brothers. Like, all right, if I'm gonna write, direct, and produce this, this is gonna be my thing. And like, she did it completely her way because of what happened at the end of the first one, where she didn't really get her way.
Right.
But I don't know. I thought there was like Rock On said, like there was almost a complete disconnect from the beginning of the movie, that opening scene, which was awesome in my opinion, to like I just didn't I wasn't following anything that was happening
Okay.
in the regular story.
So we got the opening scene out of the way or whatnot, and so let's touch on Kirsten Wiig. Let me tell you,
Not a fan at all.
I'm not a fan either. I'm gonna pay her a compliment, because if she actually watches this, she'll be like, "Oh, how about that?" But here's the thing, like congrats to you, Chicky Doo, for like working your ass off to get your body right to be in a movie like that. Like that's not easy. That is definitely not easy, especially when you're a comedian and that's really not like a part of your lifestyle. And then going from, like literally being the exact same character in every movie you've ever been in, but never having a physical need, and then being a superhero, and then needing that ability to look the part. You know what I mean? I think congratulations to her. She worked her ass off. She definitely deserved it. But as far as character wise is concerned, man, dude, that was bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump too far to the end or whatnot, but the CGC,
Yeah, it was
Cheetah,
not great.
oh my god, that was bad too. I mean, that was
Yeah.
really bad. Just
There was like parts of the movie that was, I wouldn't like can say like blow your mind, but you got half and half, and you're going to lose a lot of audience that way. And I've
right.
seen a lot of people saying the same comments who have watched it like the last couple of days. It's like it's the greatest thing on earth just because it's new. Then the hardcore fans all of a sudden is like, yeah, what the hell?
Well, yeah, no doubt. Now, William Gregory says, he was not a fan of Christian Wiig whatsoever. But I just want to make sure that I understand this comment that he's making. He said the scenes with her were my favorite. And of course, I'm like, maybe were not my favorite. Maybe that's what he meant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it is what it is. Hey, now this is what I'm going to say. All right. Cause shit's about ready to get real in our little group is, Brandon Tabor. I don't know if you guys have ever met him before, but Brandon Tabor is actually in the house, and he's going to help us weigh in for the night. I hope you guys are good. Brandon Tabor, what's up, man?
What up?
What is going
What's up,
on?
Taylor?
Listen, you
What's
guys talking
going
all
on?
this shit on Aquaman. You're wrong. You're dead wrong.
I'm so I mean, I don't understand like how you can I mean, I was so lost in that movie, and I'm a pretty complex dude, but like I could not follow along with what was going on in Aquaman.
Man, PJ, you of all guys, I would have expected to get it. You didn't catch all the Lovecraftian undertones in that movie?
I did not. And like it was so I don't know, it was so like as far as like the cinematography, it was so dark. Like I had a really hard time with following along with everything that was going on.
That's
But see,
because It's under
Go
the
ahead.
ocean, guys. There's no light under the ocean. It is dark.
There's no cameras under the ocean either, but somehow we were able to film that, right?
Listen, I don't have time to explain how movies work, PJ.
I tell you what, man, I'm just gonna keep on going back to it. The one part in Aquaman that like literally just like I see like like one of those, you're sitting in bed at the end of the night and you're thinking about all the things that were terrible that's happened to you in your life. Watching him spin the trident like a million miles an hour or whatnot, and it was making it look like he was actually doing it. That is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, bar none, in a movie ever.
I just like, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't.
Dude, Boba Fett
I don't
is
understand.
married to
I don't
Tom
understand the
Cruise's
appeal of
ex-wife in
Aquaman.
that movie.
Like I thought he did great. I thought Momoa did great when in a group cast, like within Justice League. I thought that was fine, and that should be the extent that we go into the Aquaman lore on the big screen. But to have a standalone movie, like I just he can't support it, nor can the character support a standalone movie. In my opinion.
No, I absolutely agree. He
is what you need
is
to
a
ask
support
yourself.
character. No.
Has Aquaman ever been cool? The answer is no. Until this movie. This is the first time he was actually cool.
But like I said earlier, just because this is the coolest he's ever been doesn't mean that he deserves his own movie.
Yeah, dude, absolutely not. Like that is oh, that is so bad. That movie is so bad, dude. It is absolutely.
And the only,
it was better than Gold Suit Wonder Woman or whatever's going on there.
Well, yeah, but
wait a second. So you're weighing in. Did you watch this?
No, but I've hated that suit since the moment I saw it when they announced it last year.
Let me tell you though, that wasn't bad.
She's already indestructible. What the hell she need a suit of armor for? It'd be like giving
There's a
Batman
reason.
or Superman a suit of armor. What's the point?
Yeah, you should read Kingdom Come. That's straight out of the comics.
All right. Well, hey, I got Colin that's gonna weigh in. So here comes Colin. Now,
what up, Colin?
Oh, okay. I was making sure I got everybody. Okay. So, hey, Phoenix Comics actually, and I don't know who did this. No telling who's watching this or whatever. Oh, Mrs. Mason. So, Mama, that's Mama. At one point, a lot was going on in Aquaman. Then it became sensory overload, which is true because I got sick watching that stupid ass movie. And then at another point, it looked like the characters were on Wave Runners and a lost interest. Like at one point, she's right. At one point, it was like a Kevin Costner water world weirdo adventure or whatnot, and you just couldn't keep going because you're like, I don't know what's happening. Oh, there's Jason Momoa again. How about that? I know that guy. I mean, that's about it. That's about it. Anyway, Colin. Uh-oh. I don't have any sound on Colin.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Colin, we can't hear you.
Oh, we can hear you clicking. Oh, there went the. Okay, your mic is back on. Try it now. Barely. It's really crazy low, bro. Really crazy low. Here, let's see here.
You might have to go into his settings.
Yeah, you might have to go into your settings or whatnot. Here, say something now.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Barely, like really low. And I'm thinking like maybe it was me, but that's not what it is on my side, man. Hey, you wanna like I'm gonna go remove you and I'm gonna have you call right back.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull it like an IT thing.
Reboot.
I will say that my wife enjoyed Wonder Woman, and I think my son did. We didn't really talk about it, like as far as like what he thought critique wise. But I think my wife enjoyed it. And of course my wife enjoyed Aquaman because she's like infatuated with Jason Momoa. So that is what that is. So in saying that, I think that maybe Wonder Woman 84 will be received well by non-comic book fans. If that's what they were going for, then I think that might actually, be the saving grace, is that it might pull new people in. But as far as I think people that enjoy the characters, enjoy Wonder Woman, I don't think you're gonna I don't think this movie was for you.
I agree, and you know what? I tell you, since we're making our way, yeah, give me a second here, Colin. I will send that to you one more time. There you go, brother. There you go, buddy. All sent there, Colin. Got you, brother. Yeah, no, I think.
Uh-oh. I got the.
Who's got that going on? Is somebody like watching me from a whole nother one?
No.
Of Aquaman, I thought was boring.
I don't know who that is.
Here, hold on, I'll tell you who it is. I bet you. No.
Somebody like watching me from
Another one?
Oh, you know that's what I'm doing.
Is it you? I don't even know.
I think it's Taylor.
I think it is Taylor.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah, he's like watching it from something completely different. Like he's watching the live. Yeah, he is watching it different. He's watching it on his phone. And then, yeah, dude. You got to turn down the volume, man. Oh, there he went. He got kicked off. All right, I think I got Colin back, so hopefully we can get him back, dude. All right. Colin,
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
There you go. A lot better now, dude.
I swapped my computer. I was on my phone before.
Oh, okay. It's all good, dude.
This is a learning experience for all of us.
Yes.
True.
This is my first time on a live thing, so it's kind of.
Well, welcome to the live thing, brother.
There you go.
Welcome to the live thing. Now, hey, I'm going to get to this comment real fast. Really like the golden armor. Spoiler alert. Really disappointed that it got so easily shattered by Cheetah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to fast forward to the end of the movie, dude, but this is what I'm going to say is that we got the front of the movie going, all right, and let's see where we at really now is like this rock that gives out wishes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Dreamstone.
And you can't help but look at this thing and go, but if it
This is the whole plot of the movie. Like that stone is the whole plot of the freaking movie, right there.
Pretty much.
Right. That's just weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely weird. So anyway, so we get to the plot of the movie or whatnot, and let's say Diana makes and I got PJ back. Look like so. Diana makes a wish, right? And so she makes this wish. Essentially, she wants her squeeze to come back, and oh, we lost him again. And so she wants her squeeze to come back, and then so he comes back, but it's like he comes back in a different dude's body, but it's like that weird elephant in the room that nobody is going to talk about. So it's like a different dude. You know what I mean? So he didn't be like, hey, I came back in this different dude's body or whatnot. And I mean, there's some parts that are clearly different. And you know what I mean? I mean, nobody even talked about that. It was like this random dude, and then all of a sudden it was, Pike.
Pine.
Chris Pine. Then it was Chris Pine. Like all of a sudden, I'm like,
I think
you quantum leaped into it.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be from Diana's. I think it's supposed to be from Diana's point of view when we see him as Chris Pine, but when he looks in the mirror, it's still the other guy. But I think that's just artistic thing. But the thing that I question is that the movie they go on a different life risking things and gunfights and stuff, and this poor guy who just all of a sudden one day gets possessed, he's forced to go in these gunfights where he might die. And he has no idea.
Right.
You actually put it in perfect terms though, man. He's he got possessed.
It's some rando dude.
He didn't do anything. He just got. We need to find a guy that's got an old soul, kind of a pilot-ish kind of dude. He definitely needs to look for a douche in the 80s. Oh, we're gonna use Bob. Bob's a good guy. We're gonna use Bob's body. Bob, are you cool with that? Steve.
What doesn't
And
make
then
sense
now
either
Bob
is
Steve.
the whole
Possessed.
witch thing.
The whole possessed thing, I didn't even think of looking at it like that, dude.
The witch training
That's
doesn't
a
make
good
sense
point.
because like whenever so she wishes Steve back alive and his soul enters the dude's body. But
Right.
when the other people make wishes, like they disappear to nowhere. Why didn't Steve just get his body back? Why did he take over the?
So because
Yeah, exactly.
probably so yeah, Mama was like, why can't he just reappear as the self? Because he'd be zombie Steve, bro.
Yeah, zombie Steve. Now
Yeah.
you're dealing with deceased, right?
Oh,
yeah,
that would be awesome.
yeah, he's zombie Steve, bitch. That's how that is. I mean, shit, you can't. Yeah, you know, he's zombie Steve. That's the best I got. I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
don't think
Yeah.
There's a lot of loss here, man.
I'm I don't know. I thought Pedro Pascal did a pretty decent job as Maxwell Lord. I thought
Yeah.
he held his own. I thought he did a better job than Kristen Wiig did as Cheetah, and I really wanted to like Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. Like I really, really did. I don't know. I was just not a fan. But I thought Maxwell Lord or Pedro Pascal did a really good job. Did anyone else get a very Trumpish kind of vibe from Maxwell Lord?
Just
a
a bit.
little.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
a little bit.
Maybe that was, I mean, obviously I know, I don't know.
When you say it now, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of had like sort of a Trumpish vibe. And I don't know if that was intentional, not intentional, whatever. But I just thought it was really weird, like not trying to spoil anything, but it was just kind of like, at the end, it was just like, all right, well, we want to undo this, and so it was undone, and then like there's no repercussions for him. It didn't seem like, right? Like it was just like he was free to go.
Hey, so you know,
Yeah,
you
free to do whatever.
You get your kid back.
Yeah.
Wherever
Do
he
you
may be.
regret this? Do you regret what you just did this whole movie? All right, then you're free to go. Free to go.
Well, so I will say that I thought that was a little weird. So, before we move on to that, though, I want to talk about the invisible jet, bro. Okay, all right. The dude is from the 40s.
Yeah.
Well, we're in 1984.
Yeah.
That is, I think that's an F-15. It might be an F-16. So either way, they walk out onto a tarmac like they were buying a Lamborghini, and she was like,
I want that one right there.
yeah, she's like, pick one, and he was like, that's cool. And then it just so happened that the seats were together.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like,
what fighter plane is like that?
yeah, no.
No.
Poor Macabre, he's making fun of Tabor or whatnot. Can't even work a computer. But okay, so here they are. They're flying, right? And one of them is like, remember this thing my dad did? And I'm like, oh shit, you had a dad? I thought like it just happened.
Her dad's Zeus, right?
Yeah, in the first movie, they established that Zeus was her father.
Okay, so she remembered her dad doing this thing, and so then she Mr. Miyagi's invisible balls, and then just touches the jet. So here's my question: does she have to touch the jet the whole time, or I mean, come on, man. That the whole invisible jet thing was the dumbest thing I think. Like even I was watching, going, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm good."
Did she know how to fly? In was she flying in Batman vs Superman and Justice League?
Yeah.
No, she didn't fly.
She did not fly. She
Yeah.
didn't fly.
She jumped really
Oh,
far.
are we talking about her physically flying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she was Thor with
Yeah.
her rope. She was
Well-
she was roping cirrus clouds.
Well,
And
no, but she learned in the movie. She
She
learns how
actually
to
learned to
use the jet
fly.
stream, right?
what? This one?
Yeah.
I don't know what she was doing. I quite frankly, I thought so. So Stanley wants her ass is touching the jet.
He got you there.
Touche. What was I thinking?
She had to
so-
concentrate. She had to concentrate while sitting down.
Oh, that's like trying not to fart. So, okay. So, Stanley explained that the way Thor flies is the momentum of and Tabor's going to destroy me on this. I'm just going to say the hammer. The momentum of the hammer is what
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. I do this every time. I jack it up every time. So the momentum of Mjolnir is what propels him. That's how he flies. So it's almost as if they were trying to do the whole like the momentum of her using the rope that was somehow Spider-Man-ish, like getting thunderbolts and crap like that. Like that's what she was swinging on.
Right.
Right, but there was points where she was trying to teach herself how to catch the jet stream and fly in the jet stream.
I guess I didn't even like notice that. I think I was at the point where I'm like, there's one of them. I can't even remember.
I'm not dreaming that, right? She was using the
No,
jet stream.
you weren't. She
No,
was doing
like-
that and like Supermaning her pose like at the very end
Right.
of the movie.
But so the thing is this is supposed to be in 1984, but in Justice League and in Batman vs Superman, like she was having to. She wasn't flying anywhere. Was she flying?
No, she wasn't flying nowhere. She wouldn't have flying nowhere in that movie
They didn't show her flying anywhere.
because we
Right.
She
would have
just kind of appeared like Batman.
Yeah,
You know,
because
like,
in
the
Justice
only-
League they take Batman's what is it? Oh man,
The
Batmobile?
flying fox.
Yeah, they take the plane and fly to Russia or whatever. Right?
Right.
She's not flying there. So I don't know. I just thought that was a huge loophole, and maybe that was something that Patty Jenkins wanted to throw in there. That
Patty Jenkins.
I can only think of one time where she might have flown before in the movies, but she didn't really do like at the very end of the first one. She like jumps towards the camera. And it looks like she's flying a bit at the end of the first movie, and then the comics she could fly, depending on what the comic it is. So, but yeah, they don't like explain it that much. You just kind of like, I want to do this now in this movie.
But at the end of the first one, she's still in the 40s.
No,
Yeah.
the first one starts out with her like seeing a picture from Bruce Wayne from the past, and she has a
Right.
flashback the whole movie, and then it comes back to present and she jumps out.
Okay, all right. So you're talking about when it flashes forward at the end of the first
Yeah,
one. Okay.
and she jumps towards the camera. So maybe she's flying there, but it's not. That's the only time I can think of. You could argue she's flying, but
Well, Mama says she's not flying; she's falling with style, and that's the way I thought. I was like, "Homegirl's just cool with like floating through the clouds, and it's okay. Like she's cool with it. She's like,
Yeah, she was totally catching whatever jet stream was going on. Yeah, because she would fly up and then she found like wherever she was, and she was just like cruising.
that just makes me think like a Finding Nemo with the turtles following
Yeah.
the East Indian Current or whatever.
Maybe that's exactly what it looked like. Is like she was just following whatever airflow was going. She didn't really have the power to fly. She was just kind of coasting.
I guess so. Tabor's got it. If we've learned anything from the X-Men franchise, continuity means nothing.
That is very true. Like, it's
That's
just
true.
convoluted as shit.
It is what it is. I did post up William Gregory's comment or whatnot. He's that in the comics in the 80s she could fly, and of course he's looking into it. And Google is a bad mamma jammer when it comes to comic books. So,
she could fly at one point, like in the comics, she could fly.
Right.
But there was a point where she couldn't fly either, and that's why she had the invisible jet.
Right.
In the Justice League cartoon, she could fly too.
Yeah.
So, and of course, all I can think about is that dirty joke or whatnot about the invisible jet. So,
yeah.
For some reason, every time I think about the invisible jet, I think about that, and I feel so terrible for Aquaman in that particular instance. I mean,
but I don't want to talk shit about Gal Gadot because let's be honest, she's a beautiful woman and probably could, mess all of us up. She served in the IDF. She could probably, Krav Maga all of us to death.
right.
But I think this, I don't know. I don't think she held her own in her acting. For what it's worth, she's beautiful to look at. But as far as her acting went in this movie, I don't think it's that great. I don't know. What do you think?
She did better in the first one, man.
Yeah, she definitely did better than the first one.
She did a lot better. And what's messed up is that like through almost the entire first one, she was pregnant. You know what I mean? But you never fucking, you would never know that or whatnot because she did an amazing job. She really did. Now, so Leo, like, this is what I was trying to touch on, man, is that he could fly a jet with knowledge of flying a World War II plane. Like, what? Like, it's not the same lift and drag with a jet as opposed, it like goes, 600-700 miles per hour.
You just get on, start pedaling, you're good, man.
Oh, hey, I think this is the on and off switch. Let me try this. Oh, hey.
This is go forward, this is go slow, this is go fast.
Yeah, no doubt. Like you, I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna absolutely go. I holy crap. You know what I mean? Really. I mean, seriously. So like one of those weird holy crap moments or whatnot, because you just can't help it but like, dude, I don't even know how you, and then you flew through fireworks. Like, so somehow you had the knowledge to know that you could do that. Because if you did that, you're going to get down. You're going down. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
You remember 5 seconds before,
go ahead.
5 seconds before that? You remember like 5 seconds before that scene, he's like, what are those things? She's like, oh, those are fireworks. He's like, okay. Flies towards the fireworks. Like, he didn't know what they were. And like, he could easily get shot down.
Yeah, like in World War II, there wasn't fireworks. I you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure like the 4th of July. Anyway, that blows me away. So obviously, Mom was like, "Isn't it the same basics though?" And I'm like, I mean, I think the science is the same.
Yeah, but right? I'm sure they've upgraded like a lot of shit in 40 years, right? If the last time
I don't think like first of all, like he turns on the fuel. Okay, that's not a big deal. I mean, and she's right. He went through the basic checklist when he got in the jet. But like he didn't like. I don't know, man. Like there's a whole bunch of things in the jet. I'm pretty sure like if I learned the on and off switch and where the fuel was and like some basic, dials on a jet or whatnot, that I still wouldn't be like, let's fly this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot to it, man.
Pilots have to go through thousands of hours to be certified in order to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what if he hit a bird?
Yeah. Sully that shit.
And then of course, Levi's like, yeah, because all the buttons and switches are labeled. Like it just happens to be the one OCD dude's plane. So he's like got labels and stuff on it. Maybe some notes, some post-its here and there. You know what I mean? I don't.
I'll tell you, all the equipment that I work on, everything is labeled. Like, cause my guys, we go through and make sure, because you never know at what point in time you're going to be walking into that thing. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning. You're butt-ass tired, everything's got to be labeled. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you worked on the thing for, 20 years. Still going to have labels.
Let me just tell you that even owning a comic book shop, you need to be labeling everything because otherwise, it is what it is. And after some of the stuff I found today, you have to leave notes behind. If you break this, personally, I need to know this, but don't keep it.
Yeah.
Who does that? That's not okay. Brandon Tabor, of course, is how's rainbows work? It just does. I kind of almost see his mullet swinging back and forth when he says it just does. Yeah, and of course I will answer this. If you guys don't actually know the answer to this, why is the sky blue? And it's because God loves the infantry. I just want you guys to know that.
Maybe Steve was in heaven and he was watching all the new military plane hardware. So it's now I know how to fly that because I was watching the afterlife.
Yeah. He was like the YouTube of heaven. You know what I mean? He was like, I can't wait to fly this stuff. You know what I mean? But then again, he didn't know what a rocket was, and so he was able to still fly a jet. So there's also that. I mean,
lots of loopholes.
So looking forward, do you see them doing another one?
Absolutely not.
You don't think they're going to do another one?
I think they made plenty of money off of this. I think they made plenty of money off of this.
What was the budget on this? Wonder Woman 84. The budget on this, it's $200 million.
Yeah, no, here. Tell you what, William Gregory answers it perfectly. Boom. Pretty much a trash can. Oh, Leo, and I'm sure you can follow a road or something to know how to get to his destination. That's right. Hey, so there's a thing called radar. I don't have time to explain it to you. It might actually get us to where we're going, or I guess you already know the way to Egypt, because that's where we're going. Oh, I've been to Egypt millions of times. I'll just, you just hook left at the Cirrus Cloud and catch it on down.
So how are they gonna? That's gonna be interesting on how we're gonna be able to know how much this thing made, because it's not like you can track box office numbers. People were already subscribed to HBO Max.
Right.
How do you determine whether or not this thing was, a success or a failure? I'm definitely not going to go with Rotten Tomatoes critics because those guys are biased as shit, and I don't believe anything those guys say.
No doubt. Hey, Colin, you had something. What'd you say?
I saw it in the theater today, and part of it's because of pandemic, but it wasn't that full at my showing either. I mean,
and see, that's the other thing is that and I don't want to really get into the pandemic or whatnot. We all have our own views of that certain particular situation and all, but I will say that the pandemic where you got to be worried about being around people and you still got to wear your face panties and stuff like that to wherever you're going and everything like that. You know what I mean? For me, I would have just spent the $14.99 it costs. I would have just spent the $14.99 it costs to just get 1 month of HBO Max instead of going out with other people. The best part is I was in my sweatpants and I was drinking bourbon, so I was able to bring or make my way through the movie with a little bit of bourbon and go from there. But going out and about, I mean, you know what I mean? I commend you the fact that you went out because I wouldn't, not at all. And I miss the movie. I absolutely love the whole movie experience, the popcorn and everything like that, just being a really cool, thing. I mean, we probably took the girls to a movie almost every Sunday, you know what I mean? But I don't even know if I could make it through a movie experience, with the Rona and all, you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Now, hey, Brandon says surely they can monitor the views the way they monitor shows on cable networks.
Possibly. I was just looking up, and so they said real quick. They said that because it opened up overseas first. It opened up overseas last week, and so last weekend I guess was opening weekend, and it opened up in 32 markets, including China, on 30,000 screens, and it made $38.5 million in ticket sales from international theaters. $18.8 million is from China alone.
I guess the Rona's not happening there anymore.
No, man, they're celebrating.
Obviously.
But yeah, I don't know how you're gonna track that on whether or not this movie was a success, because I looked on Rotten Tomatoes this morning and I saw a shit ton of people giving it bad reviews, and yet it still was getting like a 74% like uptick from audience reviews, even though I saw like probably 9 out of 10 reviews were bad.
We
and yet
talked
it still
about
got
that from the beginning. I'm telling you, we talked about that from the very beginning. You know, when you don't have anything, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a town where all there is ugly girls, bro, you better pick the best ugly girl there is. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Wonder Woman 84, you know what I mean, was the last chick in town. And even though her eyes were crossed and she had a hunchback or whatnot, you better get after that because somebody else will. You know what I mean? I mean, like we all miss movies, dude.
Yeah.
The question if it will get a sequel or not. Like I hope. Like I'm kind of sad because like I really liked the first Wonder Woman movie, but I think like Patty Jenkins said, like she doesn't know if she's coming back for a third one or not. So like it's up in the air.
But honestly, that might be the best thing ever if Patty Jenkins doesn't come back.
I'll tell you, as long as they don't jack up the Black Adam Shazam franchise, I think they'll probably be able to hold their own with DC. But you know, with this movie alone, it was absolutely terrible. So here's the other thing. We've already established that Kristen Wiig, you know, probably, you know, a funny comedian for some people, not for me personally, but for some people, and that's cool. But let's look at. Let's talk about, like, we got all the way to the very end. We've talked about how stupid The Rock is, essentially, and the fact that he made himself The Rock, which is weird. But let's talk about, like, when he decides to randomly grant this wish, and she wants to be a apex predator, as she says, and it's a cheetah, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? But then next thing you know, she is a cheetah. And the very first thing that comes to my mind with that particular character is that she had no color. She's gray.
Yeah.
Absolutely gray. What is that? Like, did they not have the budget for color or whatever? Because, I mean, she's well known in the in the books. I mean, like, she's got some color to her. I mean, she is the leopard, you know, cheetah print, if you will. You know what I mean? So I don't understand that. You know what I mean? And I also don't understand. I don't understand the big eyes, and you know, I do kind of understand how she still kind of looked like Kristen Wiig, but you know, I don't know. That was weird. And then there was a part where they were like twirling around on her, you know, rope and stuff like that. I don't know. I just did not. That did not bring it home for me, man. It really did not.
Oh, go ahead.
She looked kind of like the. Do you know that really bad movie last year, Cats, the musical with the cat people? She looked kind of like that. Like
you know what? I tell you what, because I sat through that because Mama is a former thespian. I'll tell you, I sat through that on a cruise ship, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. But this cheetah, not my thing, bro. It really is. Like, of course, naturally, here she goes. She's like, I kind of liked her until she got all fuzzy, literally fuzzy. I that's the thing. That was the other thing is I thought she was just going to wear like, whatever her clothes was, and that's what they were going to go with. And I was like, I'm okay with that. And the next thing
That
you
would
know,
have been better.
sci-fi Island of Dr. Moreau, situation.
That's what she reminded me of. Island of Dr. Moreau, like the
Yes.
cats and the animals from Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? It was very weird. Look at this shit. God, I love when she drinks bourbon, dude. Woo! So yeah, hey, and like I said, William Gregory, he's still with us on this thing or whatnot. Brandon Tabor's like, no, they didn't have the budget. Invisible jet technology isn't cheap. Yeah, you're right. It's I'm not really gonna go into it. The green screen. I'm just gonna say, you know what I mean? Now my daughter's talking shit. Look at that.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that there is a third. I don't know who they would. I guess Cersei maybe. Like if they brought Cersei in, I think she would probably be a good villain for the if they did a third one. I
think we would be remiss if we talked about another. We would be remiss if we talked about like another villain. I honestly don't think that we're gonna get the villain that we need. I mean, and then again, you know what I mean? We should really wait for the Snyder Cut to come out after the first of the year to really kind of see where we can go. I think if the Snyder Cut, you know what I mean, comes out, if the Snyder Cut comes out or whatnot, it ends up being as cool as everybody says it's going to be. I think that will catapult DC back on track. And I mean, like I said, you got Shazam that's really good. You got Black Adam that's really good. Cal-El said that he's coming back for a third Man of Steel, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Or second Man of Steel, rather. So like I said, I mean, they got the right characters. I just don't think they can pick the right villains. And then I've always said this about DC is that, you look at your Batman movies and they like go, let's take all the coolest villains and just throw them in the movie. And I'm like, or you can have 5 movies of those villains and take
right. Why are you trying to rush it? That's what they did with Batman versus Superman. They tried to rush it to try and catch up, and I honestly think it's we have Warner Brothers to blame for that, because I think they saw an opportunity and they were like, we need to get this thing while comic book movies are hot. Let's throw everything at it. And I just think they tried to rush it way too fast, and this is what we're getting. I don't think they're giving the people that are true comic book people the opportunity to slow play this thing and draw it out like Marvel did, where they didn't just give you fucking Thanos day one, right? They fucking slow played that and trickled it and gave you little bits and pieces to make you want to come back for more. But how are you gonna have Superman die, which is literally the culmination of so many years of comic books. Right. You're gonna have Superman face Doomsday and die in the second movie.
But you do that within like 20 minutes, and then you bring him back. You bring him back in the black suit, but you don't bring business in the front and party in the back.
Right.
What?
The mullet, yeah.
What? I mean, come on. Like that.
I mean, honestly, as a kid, you think back as comic books in the 90s, and that has got to be the one thing that sticks out the most is the death of Superman. Right?
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
As a
And-
kid,
and, yeah,
that was-
you played that card on the second movie. Like that should have been a fourth or fifth movie at a minimum. And then you
By
should
itself.
give Doomsday the proper thing where there should have been lead ups like they did with Thanos. There should have been lead ups to where at the end of every movie you were seeing Doomsday's coming, or something to that effect. And then you have a whole movie where the Justice League in its proper form is battling fucking Doomsday. Instead, you
No,
throw
no
it
doubt.
there.
Well, so
Instead
Brandon
of
said, if there is a third,
Steppenwolf.
for like pre-Justice League or post-Justice League.
I
Like
think I would prefer a post. Like I
agree.
think
Yeah,
you've
Post.
played this out to where you've showed the whole picture thing and where that picture thing came from. And I guess they wanted to fast forward a little bit to kind of show her progression
Right.
from the original movie to where she is in Justice League. So they wanted, there's 60 years, 70 years in between. So they wanted to pick a time frame in between there, show a little progression. But I think if you're going to do another movie, like, I don't know, you should do it post Justice League. That's just my opinion.
Exactly. No,
I
I
think
get it. I mean,
And I agree with Mom. More character development.
I think the post Justice League makes the most sense to do the third one because, like, for the first two ones, like, she wasn't allowed to be out in public too much because she was supposed to be secret, and according to Batman v Superman. So in the third one, they could, like, it'd be kind of cool to maybe see the world's reaction to, like, oh, this woman's like a god and super powerful, but we haven't seen that yet. I think that'd be kind of cool to see, but
right.
And that's the other thing I have. Oh, I'm sorry. Go, Rick.
No, I was going to say, I think I'm going to touch on the same thing you're going to touch on. So go.
Well, so I was just gonna say that she is a god, and like she needs godlike villains. Like she's fighting like regular people here.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like Ares, like the Ares took over. The guy or whatever. He was, but like we need to see Wonder Woman go up against a bigger threat. Like she's a god. She's a goddess.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, absolutely. I think the villain definitely needs to match the hero. I mean, that's just where it's at. You know what I mean? That's right. But see, like I said, William Gregory points out, man, like the villain in Shazam, not only did they build that villain up, you know what I mean? Like that villain matches the hero. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, especially with like, Black Adam coming out into the mix or whatnot, the villain, if you will, if you want to call it a villain, the villain or whatnot will, just as they are, the character base as they are, villain's gonna, stomp a mud hole in Shazam's ass. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're like, oh my god, I want to watch this throwdown, like so terribly bad. I want to watch this.
But they're not going to give you Black Adam versus Shazam in that movie.
Well, clearly not. I mean, they're gonna.
Because they got to do the backstory of Teth Adam, right? So you're going to see, you're going to see ancient times, the story of how he becomes Black Adam. So which is fine. I'm fine with that. Don't give me what I want at the very beginning, of this story arc like that. And
Right.
I think that's the problem is that Warner Brothers is trying to give us everything that we want now. And instead of
You know what?
playing it out and giving us what we eventually want. I want a good story to lead to that thing. I don't want it. Don't just give me that thing. I want that. I don't know.
No, I get it. They're enablers. They're literally like we're the badass kids that want the toy right now, and
Yeah, we're just gonna give it to you.
out of us. We're just gonna give it to you.
Yeah, instead of waiting until Christmas, right? Wait until Christmas, to where you have to wait all year to get that toy, and then it's like means even more because you had to wait so long for it.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's just go to Target right now, and I'll just get you that toy.
We'll just get it to you, so you shut up.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Tabor said Ares should have been a monumental threat.
Yes, like this
Yeah,
big,
and
this
it was a
big threat thing.
fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, of course, Williams says they're going to jack up Black Adam. Listen, they could jack up Black Adam. It could be
And Dwayne, I trust. And Dwayne, I trust.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. All I gotta say is that they could destroy that movie content wise, and I promise you right now that The Rock The Rock will never let that movie tank. Like, even if he has to carry it on his shoulders physically to do the walk, he will never let that tank. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
I know, he did Tooth Fairy. Wasn't that the name of that movie, Tooth Fairy?
I mean, come
Well,
on.
Hobbs and Shaw. So
You know, I mean, dang. You know what I mean? It was first of all, Tooth Fairy. Why'd you watch that anyway?
Dude, I got kids.
Well,
I think that movie came out before I had kids anyway.
well,
So I can't really blame it on that.
if it had Jack or Larry the Cable Guy in it, you should have already known it was going to be terrible. I mean,
No,
really.
I think Dwayne, The Rock I think he'll do a decent job with it. I think he's at a point where, especially if they give him, like, I don't know how much creative control they're going to give him, but dude, if they give him creative control, I definitely know he will go out. He will seek the people that need to be involved to make it a good movie, and then he'll follow their lead. Like, that's the type of actor that he is. I don't think he won't be the type to be like, oh, well, I know nothing about Black Adam. I know nothing about the character. I'm just gonna do this my way. I don't see him doing that because he has a reputation to uphold.
We got William Gregory here, and he doesn't think The Rock can act. Which I'm not saying The Rock is like Academy Award level or anything like that, but neither was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I watched every single movie he ever made. But of course, naturally, Mama does bring an excellent point. I don't think you can get much worse than that movie. Because I can see
yes,
like the Scorpion and eating that bad boy. Yeah, that was terrible. That was that. As far as like the Mummy franchise is concerned, he just like literally like shot it in the foot and left it for dead. Like that's a through and through.
That CGI was horrible.
Oh my god, that was absolutely bad. But then, so the Scorpion King, yes, but then they had another Mummy one where it was him, and then the dude from Reno Reigns. It was Billy Two Chains. What was, I don't know. Anyway, they had a Scorpion King movie or whatnot with all three of those guys in it or whatnot. And yes, the Scorpion King is no Conan. I will say that. It is no Conan. And you know what's funny is that like I'll have to say like I watched I didn't watch Fast and the Furious past like the third one because after Tokyo Drift, I was like, okay, franchise guys, I'm out. So, but I will tell you though that like I watched this part where The Rock is like, trying to arrest Fat Vin Diesel. I can't talk. And he's like, turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'm like, I've been a cop for 18 years. I don't think I've ever said that 10 feet away from anyone in my whole entire life. So I'm already destroying you now. You know what I mean? And so, it was absolutely terrible. I have to say, I don't know if he was any good, but it is what it is. But you know who did a good job? Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa. I don't think that Conan was very good. Do you think Jason Momoa did a good Conan? Honestly,
it wasn't horrible.
I'll just leave it at that. I'm telling you, it was terrible.
I didn't watch it.
I never saw it.
It was bad. That was one of those where you pull a nice tall glass of bourbon or whatnot and go, let's see if I can make it through. I'll fall asleep. It was really that bad. Bobby Six Killer.
I mean, he did a good job in Game of Thrones where he didn't have any speaking parts.
Oh, yeah, like where he railed the Dragon Queen or whatnot. Yeah. I mean, how can you jack that up? You know what I mean?
That's where my wife fell in love with him.
What? Oh, really?
We're a love and fella for
I
him.
don't. I'm good. I'm good.
I
I
had
don't
a-
want to know any of that. But that's so descriptive, actually. Naturally, William Gregory didn't see the movie. I will have to say that,
I never
like,
saw that.
it was bad. What about you, Colin? Did you see it?
I didn't see the Conan movie, but I kind of wanted to say something kind of going along with what you guys were saying before about Warner Brothers. Like, I sense that as a common theme in what you're saying about not just this movie, but for their past DC movies. Like, you said they, like, want to open the, like, Marvel built up at Thanos. DC wanted to, like, just do the Justice League all of a sudden. So they have that problem. They also, like, they want to open the gift too. They also want to, like, control what the gift is. Like, they kind of strict what the creators want to do. And the one time
Right.
they didn't do that was Joker, which you could like that movie or not, but like that movie made like billions of dollars and won like 2 Emmys or 2 Oscars. You think they learned their lesson, but they kind of didn't, and you can kind of see that in this movie, I'd say.
Right. Right. Well, so let me tell you this. When we, like, back in the beginning of the comic shop, when we did that Shadow Man cover with Bob Hall. All right.
Legendary Bob Hall. Legendary Bob Hall.
The legendary Bob Hall. You're
Legendary.
right. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I'm going to shoot myself in the kneecap. When we did that thing with the legendary Bob Hall, I will say that, like, it was a pain. It was a pain in the butt. So, you know, we were doing Shadow Man or whatnot, and when we went through Bob to do this, and we got all set up through a Valiant and everything like that, the Valiant guy, like, got short with me on the phone. He was like, "This is not how we do things," and I'm like, "Okay." And so naturally, you know, our conversation, you know, we had 2 or 3 conversations, but you know, he didn't like the fact that we were trying to dictate what we wanted our exclusive cover to be with Shadow Man. And I will tell you, like, the last phone call was more along the lines of like, "Hey, listen, normally we just shut this down and we won't communicate with you any further." You know, I'm not going to say like the words that I said, but the short version is that a little aggressive, I'm going to go with aggressive. But the point that I'm trying to make is that creative control that they have over these characters sometimes, like, really overrides the opportunity for imagination with these characters. And I'll have to say, like, we had a really cool cover lined up. I mean, we had, like, we found this map of the criminal activity hotspots in Louisiana, which obviously Shadow Man's out of and stuff like that. So we had that. We're going to make it black and white, but make the hotspots red, and then have him, like, kind of running at the you know, the reader, if you will. You know what I mean? With you know, he uses a baton, and we were kind of trying to incorporate, like, since he was coming back, we were want to incorporate like a 1911, you know, style, you know, kind of thing or whatnot. Which, you know, in the 80s and 90s or whatnot, he's been known to use a firearm. You know what I mean? So I thought, okay, well, that would look. That's rad, man. I mean, because you're, like, ramping it up. You know what I mean? And we thought the idea was awesome. The legendary Bob Hall thought it was an awesome cover, but as soon as it got to Valiant, they were like, absolutely not, no. And literally, I mean, if I'd have been able to get that cover the way I wanted it, I would have paid handsomely for it. So, you know, it is what it is. Of course, Tabor, Shadow Man Maniac Cop. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Well, so you saying that, I'm sure, you know, you said you had to get a little aggressive or whatever. I'm sure that guy probably was used to dealing with some BMBs, some beta male bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he probably was not used to, you know, assertive Ricktator being like, I want to do business with you, but if we were out in the street and you talk to me like that, like, there'd be 2 hits, me hitting you and you hitting the floor.
Yeah, no, listen, I'll tell you, like, my partner or whatnot, that I worked with, like I called him right after, and I was like, bro, you need to listen to the radio because I got to go cool off. I was so mad. I was so mad when I got off the phone. I was like thinking to myself, I might fly to Connecticut, and punch this dude in the mouth. I I've never been to Connecticut, so it's like win-win times two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I might just straight up, fly to Connecticut and punch this dude in the mouth or whatnot. Looks like we lost two guys. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, no, seriously, like I was so mad at that dude that like literally I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna go punch him in the mouth. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen today. Is I'm gonna go punch him in the mouth.
And I mean that very may well be what is happening with some of these movies. Like you have a bunch of Warner Brother suits
Mhm.
that they're only looking at bottom dollar. They're not looking at creating anything good, right?
Well, look at the line of DC right now, at least the future line. They're cutting all these major titles.
Yeah.
They're doing the same way.
They give no fucks about excuse my French. Hopefully this isn't
No,
we're after hours right now, right?
We're after hours.
Yeah.
We're 8
Yeah.
o'clock, man. It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday. You should be watching this.
Yeah, but I mean, they give zero fucks about creating something that is going to make them money in the long haul. Like, I don't think that's what they're thinking at all. I think what they're thinking is, I want just like with us, or just like them trying to give us what we want right now instead of giving it to us, in a slow pace. They want that bottom dollar now. They don't want to slow roll it. They want to try and get whatever it is, and they want it now because that's all that matters is their bottom line.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that's the big difference between, I go through this all the time. Owning a comic book shop, you need to surround yourself with, people that like know a lot more about comics than you do, or at least know different facets, of the books. Like it being well-rounded is super, super important. But once again, being a business owner, also you need to understand that like you can't covet the things on the walls, and that's where I think like Warner Brothers and stuff like that are. They don't like covet Wonder Woman and Superman and stuff like that. They don't cover that. They just see that, okay, I need to squeeze this until I can't get any more money out of it, wait 10 years and then come back and squeeze this till I can make some more money out of it. And the truth of the matter is that like, although like, me as a business owner, like Wonder Woman isn't something that like, or any of these characters for that matter, isn't something that I covet. But what I will say is that like, because I know the character and I understand the storyline, I know that like I can run that out and make it a marathon. You see what I'm saying? And like, and that's what you want to do. That's what we've always done. That's the reason why we're at, Amazing Spider-Man. I don't even know what number we're on right now, but like, the crazy legacy numbers and stuff like that. That's why we're at, 1,028, for Action Comics. That's why we're, 1,032, for Detective Comics. I mean, like that thinking with the books is you want to string that out. And what I didn't understand, and I still don't understand, like why you don't take Kevin Feige, whatever his name is, like approach to something that can really, really, really last. And honestly, I think it's a giant FU to the comic shops. And I know they don't look at us. They don't care because that's our revenue, not their revenue. But the truth of the matter is that like we keep that dream alive. We keep that dream going in between, them trying to choose a damn Batman. You know what I mean? And now we got Sparkle Batman already come out and stuff like that. And we're going to have to support Sparkle Batman just as much as we supported Batfleck.
Right.
Pretty much.
So you brought up a good point. Like that whole slow roll, like comic book writers know how to do that, right? I mean,
right. Yeah.
That's
the
thing.
The good ones do. The good ones do.
True. Like, I know a lot of people are giving like Donny Cates flack because he likes to string out storylines and stuff. But Like if he didn't, like he's not going to make his money. He's got to draw you in for another issue, and then for another issue, and then for another issue. Like that's the thing. Like so what, like why isn't, you know, Warner Brothers or Marvel or Disney for that matter, why aren't they going to these comic book writers and saying, hey, right? And I think for some point they are using them as consultants and shit like that. Like I know Jeff Johns is you know, has consulted on like the Justice League movies and the Man of Steel and shit like that. But like, why not have them actually write the script? Like they're used to storyboarding and shit like that, like for a comic. So just use that same concept and have them do out a script for a movie. Like I don't understand why. I think that would sell better or you know, make a better comic movie than anything else.
Well,
Go to the source.
Well, so that's exactly where I'm at. Is I don't understand like Sparkle Batman, you like that? Yeah, I don't understand the marathon. I'm not a sprint guy myself anyway. You know what I mean? And I'm a business owner of multiple businesses, and I've always thought, you know what I mean, that the best way is to understand that this is a marathon race. It's a long, grueling, you know, race that you just have to make the right decisions on when you're, you know, when you're running. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand that. I've never understood that. I think, you know, when they bag on the Dark Knight with Christian Bale, like those were the best.
That trilogy was amazing.
It was exactly the way it needed to be, and it was like real life trending. You know what I mean? Just like the Avengers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Avengers really in New York. You know what I mean? So, I think that's what really gave us as consumers an opportunity to like connect to that, because it could happen. That could have really happened. You know,
real life situations. So
right, yeah, no doubt. You know what I mean? I think DC really is. They're trying that, but then again, like
they just haven't found the right formula. And for what is everyone likes to bag on DC right now, but for the longest time, everyone bagged on Marvel because Marvel couldn't get it right. They bragged on them, and you know, because DC was putting out Superman movies and Batman movies, and Marvel just couldn't get anything right, and they didn't put out anything. So I can only hope that if Marvel figured it out, like DC will figure it out. Maybe it's not with Warner Brothers. Maybe fucking Warner Brothers has got to fucking relinquish control. Maybe someone else has got to come along and say, you know,
I feel like
disagreeing.
I feel like DC is that friend that like sometimes he makes good decisions. Most of the time he's fucking shit up. You know what I mean? And you just can't help but like, oh, you just gotta let him do his thing. You know what I mean? And then he'll like, you know, it's that friend that's like, don't tell me how to run my life. Right. You're like, but buddy, I'm trying to help you. Huh? You know what I mean? And I think, anyway, it is what it is. I'm posting. And I will tell you that Kevin Smith, Jon Favreau, those would be awesome guys to actually be directing their shit. But you're right. You know, a villain like Cockknocker. I mean, that is a. If anybody's watching, I will tell you that you can Google that shit. That's a real villain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Disclaimer. That's a real villain.
Jay, it's from Jay and Silent Bob, right? From Blunt Man and Chronic.
Chronic.
Blunt Man and Chronic.
Yeah.
May have hurt that just.
That was Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill was.
It was.
Was he Cockknocker? I can't even.
Yep. Hey kids, it's Mark Hamill.
Speaking of, when are you gonna watch Mando so that we can have that conversation? Because that's the next conversation.
So today, what I'm gonna do what I did was that I went to the comic book shop, and you know, as in normal fashion, because it's been quite some months. Thanks for the Rona. I haven't got a chance to change the shop like I do. So today I worked my butt off and I got the back office done and good to go. And then I worked on the front and got some things moved around so our customers can see some of our product a little bit better and stuff like that. So we worked on that. So Mama air fried some chicken nuggies. And I'm gonna finish. I'm literally as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna finish that, and then we got to come back and I think we ought to do. I think we ought to do a Mando
Absolutely.
show.
Absolutely, because that was way better than this. So I have a lot more to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that was
way
absolutely
better
perfect. And I
than.
tell you, I will bring in the foremost authority on Star Wars that I know. Keegan Gardner, dude, this guy knows more about Star Wars than anybody I know. And I definitely got to bring him in. So if we're going to talk about Mando, we're going to talk about Star Wars and stuff like that. Like for me, I got to say, like, it's not in my top 5 things. Like I love the show. I do absolutely love the show. And I love Star Wars just like any other nerd would and stuff like that. But like, dude, Garner will bring some shit from like left field that like you just can't help but stop and go, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
that's
that.
awesome because that's the kind of conversation that I want to have. I mean, I would consider myself pretty knowledgeable on the matter too, but I would love to hear other people's opinions on where they're taking this because I mean, that whole that whole series of shows that's getting ready to come up is going to be
It's mind blowing considering.
I gotta watch. Like
you have to watch that because much
you gotta watch it.
So much of what you could talk about is gonna roll off of that last episode.
Well, so and that's the thing. So first of all, I gotta watch the last episode, and everybody says it's absolutely epic. So
have you not seen any spoilers or anything? Like it's been.
Dude, I don't know how I have it. All I know is that like the last, the next to the last episode I saw, I was sitting there and I went through like remorse again for not making a lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge again. Like I saw like the dark saber and I was like, I could have made that. I could have made it.
Yeah, but what'd you say? It was like 150?
That was just for the hilt. It was $200 to build it. But
yeah.
You make that face. I'm saying like that's an experience for $200.
But that would have been cool, man.
Yeah, it would have been awesome, dude. So you know what I mean? And it is Jon Favreau trying to fix that Star Wars line.
Save that, William Gregory.
Exactly.
Save that talk because I definitely want to get back on here because I want to have that conversation about where we're going and the complete undoing that is the atrocity of the last 3 films.
Right.
Hopefully,
I absolutely agree. I think, yeah. Well, so tell you what, let's look at the calendars here and sync the watches, my friend, and let's rock that out. You know what I mean, and make sure that we're good to go. So Tuesday, obviously Tuesday is a no go, for me or whatnot. But I'm feeling like if you could do like Monday at 8:00, man, I think we could bang out. I think we could bang out Star Wars like Monday at 8:00, dude.
I'm all about that. You're gonna get Keegan on?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna get off here right now, and I'm gonna hit him up, and like literally, I'm gonna bring that dude straight up into.
So you're gonna watch it tonight, right? You're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
tonight?
I'm gonna watch it literally when I get off the phone or whatnot. I off the phone or this thingy here or whatnot. I'm gonna go straight. And I'm gonna watch the last Mando. I'm gonna watch
and then we can talk along with Keegan. We can actually talk maybe spec books about where we think things are going.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go crazy. We'll talk about spec. We'll talk about the series. We'll talk about Grogu and Mando and all that. We'll talk about all of it and how it connects. And I guarantee you, Keegan's gonna blow your mind. So if you guys are in here tonight or whatnot, let's just go ahead. We'll schedule it for Monday at 8:00. If you know Star Wars, you want to talk about Star Wars, you want to call in about Star Wars, you want to say your little piece about Star Wars, bro. we're in. It's happening, and me and the OG Keymaster will rock it out and get it done, dude. Because I
Hey,
think
so another thing I want to try and do, I want to get our numbers up, right? I want to get more people involved.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think we should set something like I mean, I know I don't have as many books as you, Rick, because you got a whole shop. But I got a lot of books. All right. Like, I don't know. Maybe we could do like a giveaway. Like if we could get to a certain number of, maybe it won't be on Monday. We'll do the giveaway. Maybe it'll have to be, but what do you think our threshold should be? Like, how many subscribers does Phoenix have right now? Like, I think you should be at least to about 100, right? Are you at 100?
We're over 100. I think we're well on our way to like 200 subscribers or whatnot, which is not very much, but we need to get up to like 1,000. That's where we need.
Yeah. So I think 1,000 at this point. Like I think we should set our goal low and then increase from there. So like I think if we can get to, if you're saying you're at above 100, right? Like maybe we can get to 200, and then we can pick a book and we can do a giveaway. We can come up, but we have to get to that point. Let me look at a book. Let me look at a book or a couple books, and on Monday, I'll actually share which book we're gonna give away. It'll be a big book too. It ain't gonna be just no regular fluff. This will be a big book.
A big old book. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go big, but we have to get to at least 200 subscribers on the Phoenix channel, though.
Okay, I'm down with that. I mean, we'll do that, but not just that. I mean, we'll broadcast on the OG Keymaster. So if you guys aren't following, here's the deal. Some of you guys are on Facebook right now, and that is absolutely cool. Facebook's neat and everything like that, but YouTube's the way. We're pushing into a new revenue stream, so YouTube's the way, and this is where we need to go. And YouTube's actually a little bit better streaming anyway. So what I want you guys to do is when you guys get off of here, I want you guys to go straight to your YouTube, and I want you guys to find the OG Keymaster. Okay, Ocean G George Keymaster, OG Keymaster. I want you guys to like and subscribe to that. Okay, and if you guys haven't already, I want you guys to go find Phoenix Comics USA and like and subscribe to bad boy too. This way, you guys are watching that. Facebook is awesome. It really is. It's great. It's a great platform. But I'm telling you, I think, guys, that YouTube is the way. PJ's looking around for shit he's actually going to throw out there or whatever. But I'll tell you guys, I will also throw in a Grogu toy in the mix. So you find what you're going to find. I'm going to throw in a Grogu. And how about Monday morning, we get together and we'll put out the promo stuff for it or whatnot last minute, what you pick and what I pick. And I think it'll be awesome. And just, like I said, like and subscribe, follow us. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Share it out to friends too. I mean, like I said, they don't necessarily have to, watch every show or whatnot, but if they're into comics, if they're into pop culture, like I want to start doing more shows, and getting some good content.
Mm-hmm. I think this is 10 times better. Remember when we used to edit all that shit or whatnot? I think this is 10 times better. And this is like
just raw and uncut.
Let
it fly. Send it. You know what I'm saying? Send it.
Yeah. Hey, so you got the link for your OG Keymaster?
Yeah.
If you got the link for the OG Keymaster or whatnot, throw it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the link in for our Phoenix Comics, man. And we'll throw the link in for those. And then you'll be good to go or whatnot.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to try and put more content together too. Like I want to do more shows solo as well, not just and get that stuff out there. I think more book talk and stuff like that. Like just get books out that I think people need to be looking at, or maybe not. Right. Or information wise. You can never have too much information, right?
No, I agree. I get as much information. This first one is for Phoenix Comics. And then, like I said, you got that link, or do I need to pull it up?
No, I got you. Hold on one second.
I'm gonna race you to it.
You're gonna race me to it?
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, oh yeah, I got
All
you. I'll beat you to it. Okay, and then this one is the OG Keymaster right here. There you go, right here. So William, buddy, the last one I put out here, the OG Keymaster, that is straight up. Like I said, like and subscribe. Here you go, OG Keymaster. Here you go, YouTube. So definitely hit that up, dude, and like and subscribe. And I tell you, a little trick for some of you guys that are in here is that there's less lag on YouTube than there is on Facebook. So if you hop into like our sales, if you hop into our sales, you'll find that you can jump on a book a little faster with YouTube.
Hey, don't give away the cornbread, man. Don't give away the cornbread.
It's like straight up you, like you're the only dude, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, definitely
I've done it a few times.
Yep, definitely YouTube's where it's at, man. Well, I tell you what, dude, we just hit an hour and a half. That was freaking awesome.
Wow.
Wonder
Time
Woman,
flies, man.
dude. I think, like I said, I think
We didn't even get to the DC books. That was the whole point in having the show.
bro, I knew that we were gonna be destroying like Wonder Woman 84 like the whole time. Like I straight up knew it. Like I literally, I knew that we weren't even gonna make it to the books, dude. So like that's a whole nother show that me and you are gonna have to do. Is we're just gonna have to do. We might even just have to do like we'll kick out like mid-morning content on the DC books, and then like I said, just kind of go from there. So either way, you guys will be seeing a lot of us. So it is what it is, man.
I think it's
All
fun.
right, well,
As long as everyone's engaging, this is cool.
No, I absolutely agree. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw out the retro rewind intro, because essentially that's what I'm kind of leaning on.
We'll have to make one up for this.
Yeah, you know what? I shall.
Well, it's
All right,
been
guys.
cool hanging with.
Hey,
You guys
Rock on. It was nice talking to you, buddy.
Yes, good to see you guys. Hey, be safe.
And thanks to Colin, right? Colin
Shepard. Yeah, Colin Shepard.
Yeah, thanks, Colin, for joining too, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was. And like I said, you guys, you can always join in. I'll always put in the link. And here is the intro.